Hello, this is Vance, and this is Thursday, February 22nd, 2018. These are the CL trades for today using the slow hand method for price action. EIA report was announced today, a bit of a drawdown greater than what is anticipated, and after the overnight, markets open here at 9 o'clock. So, when you look at, let me just kind of move this over here. So let me just show you something. If you look at it from this perspective, this was when you get in here just before 8 o'clock, 8:30. Prices are moving up. Oh, pardon me, right to here. So prices moving up 8:30, 8:52 is right in here. Now, when you get into this area, are you anticipating prices to come back down and retest this area? And is this the channel right here? Or are prices going to turn around? Now, we don't know what's going to happen. It's right at 9 o'clock. So one of the things to keep in mind that when you markets open, there may be some buyers ready to step into the market, either purchase or to sell. Now, given that there was a drawdown in the market yesterday, slight, and there was an overnight, we still kind of ratchet our way up here. I would think that right at the open, we could have either a dramatic sell-off or a dramatic buying. Now, as you can see right here, this is right at 9 o'clock. There's a hesitation. Price didn't go down, didn't really drive down. We have this bar right here. And so as a result, the next bar kind of leapt up here. So what would you think? I'm thinking that if you're looking at the market right around this area, it wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing to buy at this point, with as long as your 15 tick stop is down, because here we have, look at this is 8:30, prices move up. It kind of hesitates just before 9 o'clock. We have this pullback. It doesn't collapse too much. And as long as your stop, let me just see let's just take a look at the box. You have a 15 tick stop box right here. And if you're below in this area, and if you're thinking that this is maybe support, I don't know if that really fits. But what I'm saying is that this is just before 8 o'clock, or 8:30. So if this is 8:30, if this is 8:30 where prices spiked up here, we have somewhat of a hesitation. And then you might limit in at this one because, this has been pretty strong bar off of this one, and you're near the top of it. Just saying, not saying that that's in fact what happened. Had you done that, we did have this real bounce, and it went up almost 30 ticks. So I'm not saying that you do that. I'm just saying that was just an observation. Right there, shortly thereafter, prices returned back down to this area and then moved its way up again. And until the API report came up, and that was scheduled for 11 o'clock because of the holiday on Monday, prices just rotated kind of around this area. Here's the first test of the low, came back down here. Looks like it might move. There's a second entry long right here, but whether or not, and this is a second entry long as well, whether it's going to make it to the other side, I don't know. It's kind of late in the day, or this is 10 o'clock. So you may have taken that trade. As you can see, didn't quite make it to this area, so it depends on where you limited in. If you kind of got down here, you got your 15 ticks. But that rotation was only 15 ticks. You can see that, about 20 ticks. So this rotation was 20 ticks. Price did ratchet its way down here, and right here is 11 o'clock. And you can see that price is heading down. The EIA report comes out. The Energy Information Agency publishes a report. The drawdown was slightly more than what the API is expected. Well, I think it was 1.6 million barrel drawdown, and the API was expecting a 900,000 barrel drawdown in Cushing, and it was more than that. So from there, it appears because there was pent up demand because of the sell-offs recently over the last few sessions, and this was really the first. I think this driving up here was based on the API reports, and then when the EIA report was just a further impetus for prices to go up. Now, again, trading at the news, I don't do it typically. There are traders that do trade at the news, and if you would have gone long here, man, the thing just ran right up there very quickly. This is 11:10, so in 10 minutes we had a run from It went up almost over $1. So that was where do you get in for something like that? Well, we can see that this is 11 o'clock. Price didn't come down at all. This is right at 11 o'clock. So 11 a.m. price, there was no hesitation. It just banged right up here. Could you have gotten in on this one? Well, I guess you could have, but it didn't really afford you a lot of time. This is 11:04. So 11 o'clock. This is 11:01. So price has just shot right up here, pulled back. A little bit of resistance where the previous high was, and then kind of rocketed up here again. So, it really ripped up here. By the time 11:30 rolls around, we turns over a bit more, finds hesitation. This is 12 o'clock, and then moved up a little bit higher. Made the high of the day at 63.09, and then came off of that high. And so there really wasn't a lot to really think about unless you're a news trader, and I don't necessarily recommend it for individuals who are just starting out. This is certainly, these are, anytime you trade within the news or when there's announcements like that, that's a very aggressive positioning. And so something you have to really think long and hard of that. Anyway, I'll have some more of that later on. I just want to do a real quick update about today. If you have any questions, please let me know. This is Vance. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.